Book overview and key themes. Robert T. Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad is more than a personal finance book. It is a call to shift your mindset about wealth, employment, and the very meaning of financial education. Framed by the contrasting philosophies of Kiyosaki's two father figures, his highly educated but financially struggling biological father, the poor dad, and his best friend's entrepreneurial, wealthy father, the rich dad. The book challenges readers to break free from the rat race of working for money by learning the principles that make money work for them. At its core, the book's message is one of empowerment. Financial education and action trump academic credentials alone. Kiyosaki insists that earning a high income isn't the same as building wealth. Financial freedom is achieved by acquiring and creating assets that generate cash flow, rather than accumulating liabilities or relying solely on a salary. This approach encourages entrepreneurship, investing, calculated risk taking, and most of all, a lifelong commitment to financial learning. Rich Dad Poor Dad remains a classic because it presents concepts like assets versus liabilities, the importance of cash flow, the power of corporate structures, and the emotional obstacles to wealth, all in an engaging, motivational style that is particularly suitable for inspiring a wide audience. Chapter by chapter detailed summaries. Chapter 1: The rich don't work for money. The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. Kiyosaki starts the book by painting a vivid picture of two fathers, two worldviews. His biological poor dad epitomizes the traditional path: study hard, get good grades, find a secure job, and climb the corporate ladder. This dad sees money as scarce and job security as the keystone of life. In contrast, Rich Dad, a self-made entrepreneur with little formal education, teaches by experience. Don't chase a paycheck. Focus on making money work for you. As a child, Robert asks both dads how to get rich. Poor Dad suggests being academically excellent, while Rich Dad invites real-world experience, even hiring the boys at his convenience store for only 10 cents an hour. When Robert and his friend Mike complain about the pay, Rich Dad uses this as a teaching moment, demonstrating that most people let fear and desire, fear of poverty and desire for money, control their actions, resigning themselves to the rat race, working for salaries, paying bills, and living for weekends. He explains that job security is a short-term solution for a long-term problem. The truly wealthy aren't defined by their paychecks, but by their ability to acquire and control income-generating assets. Things like businesses, real estate, stocks, or intellectual property that create money, even when they are not actively working. A pivotal mindset shift advocated by Rich Dad is to replace "I can afford it" with "how can I afford it?" This subtle linguistic change inspires creative thinking and problem solving, unlocking opportunities most never see. Practical applications. Start investing or learning about assets, even on a small scale, be it stocks, a side business, or rental property. Become self-aware of emotions like fear and greed in financial decisions. And challenge yourself to think beyond the paycheck. Prioritize continuous financial education. Read, seek mentors, ask questions about money, and never fear curiosity. This chapter sets the tone. Wealth is not just about working hard. It's about working smart and turning money into your employee. Chapter 2: Why Teach Financial Literacy? It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. In the second chapter, Kiyosaki makes a compelling case that high earnings offer no guarantee of wealth. Many prominent athletes, celebrities, and executives have lost fortunes despite high incomes. The difference? Financial literacy. Understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, and making decisions that grow your wealth, not your expenses. Rich Dad tells the boys, rich people acquire assets. The poor and middle class acquire liabilities they think are assets. He explains with simple diagrams that an asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out, whether through loan payments, credit card debt, or maintenance costs. For example, a personal residence, despite popular opinion, can often be a liability if it's not generating income but creating expenses and tying up cash. The chapter demystifies financial statements. Assets, examples, rental properties, stocks, feed you. Liabilities, example, your house, car loans, feed off you. True wealth, Rich Dad insists, is how long you could survive financially if you stopped working today, a sum of your asset income divided by your living expenses. Key here is to focus on cash flow over net worth. Net worth tied up in non-income generating items or paper value is less useful than ongoing reliable streams of cash. Actionable steps. Start by tracking all money in and money out. Know your household cash flow intimately. Build the habit of acquiring assets. Distinguish sharply between a purchase that makes money and one that drains it. Continue learning. Read financial books, attend seminars, find mentors, and actively seek practical experience rather than theoretical knowledge. Financial literacy is the foundation for escaping the rat race for everyone, from college students to seasoned professionals. Chapter 3, Mind Your Own Business. The rich focus on their asset columns while everyone else focuses on their income statements. This chapter reframes mind your own business. Kiyosaki argues it doesn't mean ignoring your responsibilities, but instead means focusing on your own wealth-building activities rather than simply being an employee for someone else. He illustrates with Ray Kroc of McDonald's, who insisted to business students that he was in the real estate business, not just selling burgers. The lesson: owning assets, not just having a job, leads to wealth. Most people, he warns, spend their careers building someone else's business, making profits for their employer, but neglecting their own balance sheets. The rich, by contrast, devote energy to building up their personal asset columns, which in turn pay for their lifestyles and luxuries. Kiyosaki recommends pay yourself first, building a portfolio of income-generating assets, rental properties, stocks, royalties, intellectual property, and businesses that don't require daily oversight. Resist lifestyle inflation. Every time you get a raise, increase your assets rather than your spending or liabilities. Keep your day job if necessary, but start a side hustle, investments, or any legitimate asset accumulating activities. Ownership and asset building, not just a fat salary, are what create financial independence. Financial struggle, Kiyosaki claims, most often results from working for others, not yourself. Chapter 4, History of Taxes and Power of Corporations. My rich dad just played the game smart, and he did it through corporations, the biggest secret of the rich. In this chapter, Kiyosaki explores tax history and shows how wealth is preserved and multiplied through legal and corporate structures. Initially, taxes were only aimed at the rich, but over time, the burden shifted to the middle class and poor, largely because the rich learned to play by a different set of rules. Rich Dad teaches that employees are taxed first and then spend what's left. The rich, using corporations, earn and spend before taxes. Corporations, as legal entities, allow fine-tuned control over how, when, and how much tax is paid through methods like depreciations, deductions, capital gains, and pre-tax spending. He provides a simple example. Employee: earn, pay taxes, spend what's left. Corporation owner: earn, spend on business pre-tax, pay taxes on what remains. Kiyosaki emphasizes the four pillars of financial intelligence: accounting, understanding numbers and statements, investing, markets, and law. Together, these allow the wealthy to structure their financial affairs strategically. How to apply? Start learning about the basics of business structures, LLCs, S corporations, or partnerships. Take advice from accountants and tax professionals before major financial moves. Consider the implications of taxes, legal protections, and leverage before accumulating assets. Understanding and utilizing the power of corporations isn't just for big business. It's a vital tool for anyone committed to lasting wealth. Chapter 5: The Rich Invent Money. Often in the real world, it's not the smart who get ahead, but the bold. Kiyosaki warns that waiting passively for opportunities is a recipe for mediocrity. Instead, the wealthy invent money. They recognize opportunities where others see risk or chaos and aren't afraid to act boldly. The rich have a creative attitude towards opportunities, viewing problems as potential sources of profit. He recounts personal stories, flipping real estate with no money down, leveraging knowledge and relationships, and raising capital creatively. It's financial intelligence, the ability to spot and act on hidden value, that separates the self-made wealthy from those eternally on the sidelines. Kiyosaki underscores three critical investor skills: spot opportunities others overlook, raise capital even when personal funds are short, leverage OPM, other people's money, organize smart people and build teams. In times of economic downturn or market volatility, the bold step in and capitalize while the cautious hold back. Action points. Be proactive. Seek knowledge to spot undervalued deals in stocks, real estate, or business. Don't be afraid of starting small. Small successes build confidence and knowledge. Embrace mistakes as learning, not failure. Most people lose out by playing too safe. The rich invent money by acting where others hesitate. Financial intelligence is the real currency of wealth. Chapter 6: Work to Learn. Don't work for money. It's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. Here, Kiyosaki moves from assets to skills as the hidden key to wealth. He shares an anecdote about a journalist who wanted to be a best-selling author. Kiyosaki advised her to learn sales, but she refused, undervaluing practical soft skills despite clear evidence that bestsellers out-earn best writers. Rich Dad taught that school promotes specialization, but the wealthy become generalists, able to understand a little about a lot and fluid in a variety of skill sets: sales, marketing, communication, leadership, money management, and negotiating. These skills ensure adaptability in a changing world and the ability to seize new opportunities. Kiyosaki points out that job security is often a crutch for those unwilling to learn new things. JOB becomes an acronym for just over broke. He advocates working to learn, not just to earn, especially early in your career. Take lower paying jobs with valuable learning potential over those with short-term monetary gain. Practical recommendations. Take roles or responsibilities that add to your strengths and expose you to new areas: sales, public speaking, or project leadership. Develop communication and negotiation prowess. Recognize that financial management and people skills are as vital or more so than technical ones. Work to learn, not to earn, is a mindset for lifelong growth, wealth, and security, even in uncertain times. Chapter 7: Overcoming Obstacles. Don't let the fear of losing be greater than the excitement of winning. Kiyosaki identifies 5 obstacles that trip up even those who know what to do: fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance. Fear, especially fear of losing money, paralyzes most people. Kiyosaki insists everyone fears losing, but winners are those who fight through fear, analyze mistakes, and emerge resilient. Cynicism, doubts, both internal and from naysayers, kill more dreams than reality ever could. Winners analyze, losers criticize. Laziness, often disguised as busyness, doing everything but the important things. A little constructive greed, how can I afford it, can replace laziness with a desire for achievement. Bad habits. Rich Dad insisted on paying yourself first, forcing you to find ways to fill gaps rather than automatically sacrificing your own interests for others. Arrogance. Assuming you know it all blinds you to critical learning and leads to costly mistakes. How to overcome? Start investing, however small, early, to get comfortable with risk and setbacks. Analyze, don't criticize. Surround yourself with informed, positive thinkers. Continually refine your financial habits. Pay yourself first. Track spending. Learn constantly. Seek humility and the willingness to keep learning. It's not technical knowledge, but mastery of self that ultimately leads to wealth. Chapter 8, Getting Started. Financial freedom is available to those who learn about it and work for it. This chapter is a practical roadmap providing 10 actionable steps to set your wealth building journey in motion. Find a reason greater than reality, your core motivation. Make daily choices. How you spend, learn, and act each day counts more than any single big decision. Choose friends carefully. Spend time with people who talk about money, investing, and opportunities, not just those who reinforce old habits. Master a formula, then learn a new one. Continually upgrade your methods and mindsets. Pay yourself first. Prioritize building assets before spending. Pay your brokers and advisors well. Value knowledge and advice that helps you profit. Be an Indian giver. Get something for nothing. Aim for smart deals and quick capital recovery. Use assets to buy luxuries. Never go into debt for luxury. Make your assets pay for nice things. Choose heroes. Model successful investors or entrepreneurs. Teach and you shall receive. Sharing knowledge and helping others reinforces your own learning. Kiyosaki stresses the importance of action. Most people miss opportunities not because they lack ability, but because they don't start. Begin with what you have, keep learning, and remember, the first step may be small, but it's often the most crucial. Chapter 9, Still Want More? Here are some to-dos. Winners are not afraid of losing, but losers are. Failure is part of the process of success. Kiyosaki closes the main chapters with a call to action for those who want to go further. Stop doing what isn't working. If your financial behavior keeps you broke, try something else. Seek new ideas and formulas. Buy how-to books, take classes, and expand your toolbox. Learn from successful people. Seek mentors. Go to free or paid seminars and pick the brains of people who are living the life you want. Make lots of offers in real estate, business, or investing. You can't win if you don't play. Take calculated risks. Profits often come from persistence, not perfection. Think big. Shop for bargains and act. The best deals are made in uncertain times. Learn to act during downturns rather than freeze up. Take action before you feel 100% ready. Action builds confidence and knowledge like nothing else. Be generous. Teach others. Give back. Support your circle. In summary, financial intelligence is a lifetime pursuit, built and strengthened through action, feedback, mentorship, and constant learning. Your future is shaped not just by what you know, but by what you do over and over. Epilogue, final words and reflection. The single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. If it is trained well, it can create enormous wealth. Kiyosaki ends with a reminder: financial education matters more than just clever tactics. He shares a story of a friend turning $7,900 into a four-child college fund and a family retirement through a series of creative real estate deals, all possible because of the habit of continuous learning, action, and reframing setbacks as lessons, not defeats. He clarifies the three types of income: ordinary earned income from jobs, heavily taxed, least freedom; portfolio income from investments like stocks and bonds; passive income from assets like real estate or businesses. The aim should always be to transition from earned income toward portfolio and passive income, maximizing both wealth and time freedom. The final word: share what you've learned, especially with children. The next generation's success depends on knowledge that schools rarely provide. Table of Key Principles by Chapter. Chapter Key Principle. Chapter 1. The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. Chapter 2. Financial literacy is essential. Know the difference between assets and liabilities. Chapter 3. Mind your own business. Build income-generating assets, not just a bigger salary. Chapter 4. Use corporations and tax knowledge to preserve and grow wealth. Chapter 5. Create opportunities. Invent money through financial intelligence and take calculated risks. Chapter 6. Work to learn, not just to earn. Develop sales, marketing, and broad business skills. Chapter 7. Overcome fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance to achieve wealth. Chapter 8. Take action. Start with motivation, daily habits, good associations, and learn by doing. Chapter 9. Apply lessons through continuous learning, active experimentation, and generosity. Epilogue. Train your mind for financial abundance and help others do the same. Convert earned to passive income. Analytical context and final motivation. Rich Dad Poor Dad has become one of the most influential personal finance books of all time because it doesn't just tell you what to do, it convinces you to want to do it. Its lessons have been echoed in countless bestsellers, investing seminars, and financial freedom movements worldwide. The book's power lies in its mix of practical steps and motivational storytelling, weaving clear, repeatable financial strategies into everyday life. But as many sources note, the book's greatest value isn't in step-by-step tactics or get-rich-quick schemes. Instead, it challenges you to think deeply. Are you living by default or by design? Are your choices building assets, or are you stuck in the rut of working for money while slowly increasing your liabilities? Freedom, Kiyosaki insists, starts in the mind, is built by action, and is sustained by lifelong learning, adaptability, and a passion for sharing knowledge. Now is your moment to decide, to learn, to act, and to lead. Break the cycle, build assets, and make your money work for you, your family, and the generations yet to come. Your mindset builds your future. Comment one shift you'll make today. Subscribe for daily mental upgrades. This is Talking Better, where wisdom speaks and you evolve.